Happy today. I am William Brown, and it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I yeah, I woke up with a little I don't want to say attitude, but a little frustration. I've been mentioning that um, uh, I am getting some healing. I'm on this healing journey with my wrists and my shoulder. I I hope this is working because it keeps on doing something. So if you're on, if you can see it doing something, um, just let me know. Just let me know so I can do that. Um, but yeah, so there's a pain in my neck that was showing up in my wrist. So I've been getting some treatment for that, and I started feeling that I needed to give it a little rest. So I was giving my one arm some rest, and I'm experiencing pain in my other side, and so I was a little frustrated with that. So if you're watching, and there's like it's like blinking or it's like pausing or doing something, if you can let me know, I would greatly appreciate it because I'm kind of like I said, I'm in my feelings today. And it's like things are not going the way I think they should. I was going to use another device with another mic, and again, I didn't test it before now, and then it didn't work, and then so so I'm here. So yeah, I started working with my other hand. It started feeling the tension or just kind of pain in the other hand. And I was like, damn it, you know? Um, it is more, you know, I have this thing that I feel like um, I'm getting better. I'm doing everything that I'm told. Mostly everything that I'm told, I guess. I'm doing my breathing exercises. I'm relaxing. I'm being aware of my feelings and trying to let them out. And now it's showing up in the other side of my body. It's showing up on my left hand, which is my dominant hand. Which, if the first thing that I was thinking, if I lose feeling in my left hand like I did in my right hand, you know, it's like game over. Because there's a lot of compensation that I did on the one hand. So, um, yeah, so I'm like kind of sitting with that this morning. So I'm gonna pick an I am card, and the I am card is I am brave. Um, I am brave. I really don't know what that means for me right at this moment. And good morning, Brittany. Brittany, just let me know how the audio and the video sounds. It's freezing. It's kind of doing some blinking thing for me. So if you can help me at all, kind of put it to rest that it is not happening. Thank you very much. Got my tea, um, to have when I'm outside here. It's always great. So, I am brave. I believe that. I'll take that on, but it's like I said, I'm more pissed off at, the fact that I felt that I was on the road to recovery and road of, at least feeling better. And I'm not. And so so that's frustrating, for me. So I'm sure there's a lesson within that to kind of help me understand and appreciate, um, I guess, the healing process. The one thing that I was going to do or start doing, I'll probably start doing it tomorrow. Looking at some things is having a theme. I'll put the theme on the actual image instead of within the thing. Um, and something to work on, to because there is I have a number of friends that want to see me succeed and want, like to celebrate what I'm doing, but will have a comment to kind of make it better, or kind of put a little more clarity around it, just to help with the reposts and the reviewing, the to help people out, because all of my videos, I pretty much, I have like this uniform, right? To come out here and sell in the cold. And yeah, the what I became present to the other day, and that I was going to speak about today, and I will speak about it for a little bit and probably do more. But my pet peeve, my wife would always ask me if I have any pet peeves, and I was like, no, I don't. Because for me, pet peeves are, you know, petty annoyances that I make bigger than they need to be. That's how pet peeve shows up to me. Um, so there is nothing that somebody does or even I do that that I want to elevate to some higher level of annoyance. So I try to stay out of the pet peeve business type of thing. But um, I really got for myself. There are some things um, that are I think a persistent complaint, or something that I'm aware of, that it kind of goes with me. Um, and put simply, um, I really, it really gets me when someone uses their understanding of the truth as a hammer. That just, I, I'm like, I'm not even annoyed by it. I'm like enraged by that, um, because it's your understanding of the truth, and I there's another thing that is showing up for me, um, in, I don't know if it's a fear, but it's definitely a concern. A concern about this political season and this election that is going on now, that ends in 16 days or 15 days, whatever it is. Um, but the thing that came up was, I believe that there are too many people that believe that if the election goes the way that they want it to go, um, it will solve all their problems. The election won't solve any problems. It will give us an opportunity. It'll give us access to solve our problems, possibly. And so this feeling, that this narrative, that this election is going to, either way, it's going to cause Armageddon, or it's going to solve all our problems, utopia, is misguided and dangerous. And even though that I am going to exercise my right soon, probably sometime this week, I'm going to vote early. Um, there is no illusion that my vote is going to solve my problems. It's not even going to solve one of my problems. um, and this this mentality is just, it's dangerous. Um, it is absolutely dangerous. A lot of people are predicting, civil war, race war, all that other kind of stuff. Um, you know, what you resist persists. Um, and so and what you focus on will will show up. And so the fact that it's a pet peeve of mine that people feel that their understanding of the truth, whatever their understanding of a truth is, that when they use it as a hammer, when they cannot see, when they cannot fathom that they could be wrong, and then use it to beat someone up about it. Oh, that's that really gets me. Um, and um, and I think it's showing up in my body and my hand, that I haven't released that, and that I feel that, the affirmations that I don't say consistently, but it's a very part of the healing that I have, is that everything is going to be okay, all right. Um, I am safe, I am loved, and I appreciate that. I get that, but I really feel that there's this element of frustration, disappointment that is going to like sweep over our nation. I am Today. I'm charging myself with finishing an ebook that I'm going to. It's not going to be a. It's going to be a book. Um, it's just going to be a book that you can have. That you can. I don't know. It's very nominal price. Book, probably less than $10, book to kind of promote the revolution, called Everything is Possible. The working title is, how to take back your power and be yourself and live your life. And until we believe that, we'll allow elections, we'll allow what we call media. I'm very careful about how I speak about the media, because I don't want to sound like um, some people that are on extremes. Um, I think we all need the media. We all need um, a way of getting information that we can have discernment over, that we can, make choices and make decisions. But when we have a corporate media, in my opinion, that's not their role. It feels like their role is to pick fights and pick winners. Um, their their responsibility is to decide what we are to think. Um, I mentioned a couple weeks ago that we can't act as if the media is our last beacon of of true information, or the mainstream media, or whatever it's called, because I can look through history. I can look through history. We can all, if we dare to look through history, we can see that what was considered the mainstream media didn't just tell people what was going on. They told people what to think and what to believe. There's a lot of media um, in the North and in the South that justified slavery and imprisonment and endangerment, and the indigenous people, to tell people what was going on. The reason why there is this pervasive um, belief in um, what people think of the races, and black men or black women, is because it was in the newspapers. We say now it's on the internet and all that other kind of stuff, because it was in the newspaper. It was in writing. It was reinforced. It was in movies. It was a part of our culture. Our culture is basically shaped by what people put in writing, what people put on video, what people put on the news. And I love the fact that, I have, a podcast, I have this show where I do my reflections and all that other kind of stuff, but they're just my reflections. My desire, my desire is not to tell people what to think, how to think. My desire is to get people to think. The more that we think, the more that we can make a difference in the world. I learned last week, um, because I've been beating myself up many times about being in my head too much and really overthinking and not being in action. But what I got from last week, and I think it was Saturday, is that what I'm passionate about, um, is what I think about. you know, what I overthink about and that I want to get right and that I want to get clear is what I'm passionate about. And the more that I embrace that my heart is in control, my passion is in control. Even if sometimes it feels like it's not in love and it's not, it's not all this stuff. It is. What we think about, what we agonize out, what we fear, all that kind of stuff has everything to do with what we're passionate about. And the more that we embrace that, the more that we will not allow um, ourselves to be swayed with our emotions, our feelings. Our emotions are just an indication of how we're dealing, what we're passionate about. How is it showing up for us? And I get that, and so that's why I'm going to write that. I'm going to write that book. I'm going to get it out today. I'm going to make it available. I am going to do it because, I would say that I love on a level that I don't understand, and I think that's the one thing about love that we miss, because there's so much of our understanding and our appreciation of love is wrapped up in movies and, and television shows. It has nothing to do with that. Um, there was, my conversation. It's really interesting because I had a lovely conversation yesterday with Melissa and Precious about the wrap up week and everything like that. But I'm still like sitting with a lot of things that came up there in last week. And something that I didn't share yesterday about shenanigans, how shenanigans shows up for me. It sees me where I have boundaries, or where it basically areas that I have unspoken rules, things that I should do or shouldn't do, or believe that I have permission to do or not do. And so the more that I am aware of those unspoken rules, those unspoken stories that I have that is dictating, that is stopping and starting my life, the more I can show up fully in the flow of my life. Because that's what shenanigan is, being present, having fun, enjoying life. The more that I embrace it as that, the more that there's a fullness in my life, the more that I'm brave in my life. And I think the reason why I was frustrated, upset, pissed off today, I woke up that way because I woke up with pain on my left side of my hand. Even though I'm going to get treatment today, um, the fact that there was pain on the left side and I can barely feel it on the right side, it pissed me off. Because there's a lot of things, a lot of safe gap, a lot of things that will allow me to play small that I haven't been able to do. So now my small ball is now no ball, right? I'm sure that didn't come out right, um, but yeah. So it's like the only thing that I can do is go big. So that's why I'm going to finish the book. Get it out, have people read it, purchase it, buy it. Um, so I can sustain my life, sustain my family, and kind of go with it. And so, what do you need to be brave about? What are you so pissed off about that now you're just, you know what, I'm just going to do it? Um, and there's an element of I'm pissed off that I'm following the rules and it still's not working out. There's still areas that are not working out. There's a sense that all I need to do is follow the rules. That there is this system. There is this. Yes, I believe that there's order. There is divine plan of my life and of all of our lives. But I think that there is this systematic way of living that has nothing to do with the flow of my life. It's nothing to do with the design of my life. That I am so committed to, that I'm so loyal to, that I'm pissed off that I'm so loyal to that. And it's still causing me discomfort and pain and disappointment and and all those things. So it's like, I don't know about you, but I rarely have like angry prayers. But this is, it's like I'm about to give a prayer for everyone that it's like there's this anger, right? Um, so I'm trying to laugh. I'm trying to kind of balance it to say that it is my prayer. It is my humble prayer that we discover what what is really driving us. That what is pissing us off to the point that's keeping us from being our best. And as I said before, our best is just ourselves. We don't have to be our best selves. If we are our best, if we are ourselves, we are our best. What is keeping us from being ourselves? That has reached the point that we're pissed off. And now it's time. Because there's no other choice. There's no other choice but to just do it. You can't do small ball anymore because even that's not available to you. So you have to go big. It's not be big or go home. It's the only thing. Home goes with you, but we're going big. That's my prayer, that we discover that we be okay with that. That I embrace that I'm pissed off, and what that means, and that even in my disappointment, my anger, my fear, that not just that I'm falling apart, that I am just, exhausted. That's what it is. It's like, these are the rules, these are the rules, these are the rules, these are the rules. And it's like, these are not the damn rules, right? And just go from there. So this is my prayer, that we discover what rules that we have that are unspoken, that are running the show, that we can let those go and be ourselves and be everything God has called us to be. Starting today, starting this moment. How about that? Starting this moment. And if we lose ourselves, we can come back to ourselves. And allow ourselves, gives ourselves some grace. There was something that came up to me that I'm going to share, and I kind of let go, but it just came back to me right now. It's one reason why I extend grace so much, and grace is so much a part of my language, is because I feel that was something that I was never given. It was, there was a TV show that just came to mind, Nell Carter. Give me a break, right? Give me a break, I'm trying. It's not give me a break. It's give me some grace. Damn it, you know, you know. But we can't demand grace. We can only extend it to ourselves and extend it to others, even if we feel like we're not receiving it. It's the power of grace. Because we get it here. It's this relationship, so we can make it this way. And as I reminded, and that I am going to share as the sun comes up, it reminds me that I only want this conversation to be 15 to 20 minutes, and now it's 25 minutes. So it is one of those days that it's going to take as long as it takes, and I'm okay with that. So on the right hand, that's over here, the right hand, the anxiety of my future, and the left hand, the disappointment and the depression of my past. I get present. It's my prayer that will bring it together and balance them. So not that I just get the answers, but I just know that I have the peace and the grace and the love to go in my day fully. That's my prayer for you. Happy today, my friends. See you. Oh, I forgot to tell you, today's word on One More Conversations is transformation. I think we're having a transformation right now, but it's a transformation day at 11 a.m. We're going to talk about transformation and what that means, how that's showing up, how it's not showing up. I think it starts off with being pissed off. Oh boy. Happy today, my friends. See you at 11, where we have a conversation about transformation.